Hi everyone, I'm Soumya, a software engineer and an educator. Welcome to module 1 of the Kotlin crash course. In this module, I'll teach you everything basic about Kotlin. In this module, I will explain each and everything about Kotlin. If you already know any other object-oriented programming language like C++, Java, etc., or even if you are a complete beginner in the tech world, don't worry at all. I will make the concepts super duper simple for you. You will understand even the complex concepts very easily. So first of all, I will talk about what is Kotlin, why Kotlin, and where Kotlin is used. So let's get started. Talking about what is Kotlin. So Kotlin is a statically typed object-oriented language. It targets mainly three platforms, mainly three things. Number one, JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, and Android as well as JavaScript. Okay, so in the Android domain, Kotlin is doing something crazy. Anything which Java can do, it can handle all those stuff, and on top of that, it provide plenty of extra features. It's simple, sweet, precise, and a lot many features are there. I will share with you the entire timeline of Kotlin, how it came into picture, why it is used, where is it used, and in 2023-24 is it a good idea for you to learn Kotlin or not. So it can do anything which Java can, and it combines object oriented and functional programming features. So if you have already read about OOPS, that is object oriented programming language, you would be knowing some of the features like encapsulation, inheritance, what are classes, objects, and so many things are there, right? So it somewhere combines the features of both object oriented as well as functional programming languages. But remember that it is object oriented language and not functional language. Okay, it was developed and maintained by JetBrains. It's open source. Yes, the code is publicly available and it was released under Apache 2 OSS license. So this is kind of history of Kotlin when it was launched way back in 2016. So yes, it is a fresh new programming language in the tech world, and as soon as it was launched, about 156k, that is 1,56,000 developers were using Kotlin, and its use case has been rapidly increasing. You can see from 2016 to 2017 there is a significant rise, and this gap in just 1 year is just incredible. So you yourself would be thinking, if so many developers are adopting Kotlin, they are using it, so obviously there would be something special in this language, right? And one of the reasons of this significant rise from 2017 to 18 is in Google I/O. In Google I/O 2017, Kotlin was declared as the official language for developing applications for Android development. So that might also be one of the reasons of this significant rise. This language is modern, it is pragmatic. What pragmatic means is it is not very much based on theoretical stuff. It believes in practicality. It works on stuff like, if you notice old programming languages, maybe Java or any such thing for that matter, so they are somewhere heavily based on theoretical concepts, right? But it is pragmatic. It focuses on the practical use cases. If you go on developing application, right? So obviously as a developer, you want many stuff to be automated. You want something to be taken care of by the language itself, right? Maybe null safety or those crashes which we get in our application because of minor mistakes. So yes, it is based on practicality, and yes, obviously it is modern programming language. And this is the timeline of Kotlin. In 2010 the project was started, so the logo was also kind of not finalized. They started it with this something similar to Java. We use a kind of coffee and that Java symbol, if you are aware of, right? So it was based on something, they were trying to make a logo something similar, because obviously Kotlin is based on kind of top of Java. It provides everything that Java provides you, and obviously there are plenty of extra stuff that Kotlin can handle for you. So yes, in 2010 it was started. In 2016, Kotlin 1.0 was released, and then in 2017, as I told you in the slide, that it became the official language for Android. I mean, official support for this was declared by Google in their event Google I/O. And then in 2018, Kotlin 1.3. And yes, I mean, year wise, every time new release keeps on coming, like in every programming language, or if we talk about frameworks as well, if you go in JavaScript, React, any domain for that matter, so obviously so many releases, updates are always there, right? The same is true with Kotlin as well. Kotlin is a programming language for JVM, for Android browsers, as well as native. So these are kind of main focus areas where Kotlin is heavily used, right? JVM, Java Virtual Machine, Android, your Android applications. So if you know, there are three kind of applications which are developed, that is totally based on the operating system. I mean, if you talk mainly, there are two types of operating systems, right? The first one is obviously Android, and second is iOS. So the application developed for Android platform, they are Android application. The ones which are developed on for iPhones, etc., they are called, they are called as iPhone applications. I mean, that go live on App Store, while the application that we develop for the Android platform, they go live on Google Play Store, right? So yeah, for both of these, for this one, Swift or Objective-C, such languages are used. And for developing Android applications, Kotlin, Java, these are used. And nowadays there is also concept of developing or writing code once, and yes, that application will run on all kind of platforms, all kind of operating systems. So if you code in Dart, Flutter, etc., so yes, I mean, you can develop application that works on cross platforms as well. All right, let's move ahead. And yes, again summarizing, it is object oriented. Kotlin is object oriented language and a better language than Java, but still it is still be fully interoperable with Java code. I mean, there are plenty of big live projects which have mix of both the files, the Java file as well as Kotlin file. I mean, many of my friends who are working in some of the startups, Indian startups like Myntra, Paytm, etc. So they, what they are doing, their Android application, the big softwares that they have written are heavily in Java, and now they are slowly migrating from Java to Kotlin. Why? Because I mean, you will understand yourself after the end of the module 1. It provides a lot many extra features. It's so crisp, simple, precise. If I am writing any piece of code in 10 lines using Java, then I can do the same thing in Kotlin in maybe 5 or less than 5 lines. I mean, it is this much precise and developer friendly. As a developer, you will love this language, Kotlin. It is sponsored by Google and announced as one of the official languages for Android development in 2017. So I already told you that Kotlin is pragmatic, it has good tooling, and yes, it is from JetBrains. Toolings like it has code completion, navigation, refactorings, inspection. So all those features which are there for any old any industry standard programming language, everything you can get with Kotlin as well. So in Android Studio, which is used for developing Android application, you will get some inbuilt facilities, inbuilt options of converting the code into Kotlin. Let's say if you wrote something in Java, you save the .java file, right? you will get the option to convert that .java file directly into Kotlin with the help of those plugins, with the help of those options which are provided to you in the software in the Android Studio. And yes, it can be easily mixed with Java code. You can have Java and Kotlin, both the codes, both the files in just one project. It is possible. And that's why and how so many people are able to use it. Because if, let's say, it was not possible to keep both the files together, then obviously those big softwares, those big open source projects, and the companies like Mintra, etc., who are changing themselves, who are slowly migrating from Java to Kotlin, they would have not done that, right? It is only possible because they both support each other, and they both can stay in the same project. Yes, it is modern, concise, safe, and expressive. I will explain each and every concept, why it is concise, safe, everything soon. So this is the extension, the plugin which I was talking about. So you can easily convert your Java file into Kotlin with the help of these inbuilt functionalities. Okay. And yes, it is concise because it drastically reduces the amount of boilerplate code that you write. And it is safe. It avoids entire classes of errors like null pointer exceptions. So if you have been writing code in Java, if you have been developing Android applications, especially in Java, you would be knowing about the pain that the null pointer exception errors give you. So with the help of Kotlin, you will stay safe there. And it is interoperable as well, 100% with Java. It supports Android browser as well as native. And yes, it is tool friendly. It provides excellent tooling because obviously it is coming from JetBrains, and JetBrains has a good history of providing good IDEs, good languages, etc. So it is concise. Then Java, you would need to write approximately 40% fewer lines of code when compared to Java. And yes, it is interoperable with Java, and you will never face any difficulty using Kotlin in any Java project. It is feature rich as well. It provides several advanced features like operator overloading, lambda expression, string templates. So down the line in the coming modules, I will be explaining all the advanced concepts as well. So yes, stay tuned. And it is very easy. It is easy to learn programming language. If you have come from maybe Java background, C++, etc., you would find it very, very easy to learn Kotlin. I mean, everything is almost same as compared to those languages. A bit of here and there syntax changes. It's much more simple, smooth, and developer friendly. Now that you have a bit of idea of what is Kotlin and how it is better, the entire timeline history of how it came into picture, how many developers started using it, and in 2017 it was announced as the official language for Android, all those things. You have a basic idea of Kotlin, right? Its features, everything. Now let's talk about where Kotlin is exactly used. So if you remember in the earlier slides as well, I told you there are three major applications of Kotlin, the programming language. So you can use it to build Android applications. Kotlin can also compile to JavaScript, making it available for the front end, and it is also designed to work well for web development and server-side development as well. And if you remember, I told you it works well for JVM as well, that is Java Virtual Machine, right? Awesome. Kotlin used by industry giants. So these are some of the organizations that are heavily relying on Kotlin as the programming language: Pinterest, Coursera, JetBrains, Atlassian, Gradle, and the list is really very long. So the application of Kotlin, the programming language, is vast. I mean, when I was in university, so I contributed to several programming projects, open source projects, and they were heavily using Kotlin. I mean, they were kind of slowly migrating from Java to Kotlin in GCI, that is Google Code, in 2019. I was one of their mentors for the two projects, Mifo's organization and nitaB.org. So both of these organizations, the open source organization, had a good number of Android projects, mobile app projects, and they were written in Java. So in that competition, in that open source program, basically Google Code, a lot many issues were there which were just about converting the feature written in Java into Kotlin, and like developing new enhancements and adding fixes, fixing bugs, etc. A lot many issues were there, and heavily Kotlin was being promoted. So yeah, I mean, Kotlin is now in 2023-24, it has been already well tried, tested by so many developers. And yes, it's a good decision to go ahead with Kotlin, especially if you target to learn how to build native application, native Android application. So now let's talk about how we can set up the Kotlin development environment. Okay, so there are two things. Number one is the Kotlin playground, which is so simple and easy. It's just a URL which you can click, you can open, and you can start writing your Kotlin code there. So you won't need to download anything in your laptop, in your system. And yeah, I mean, it's very fast. You just write your code to just understand the syntaxes, like how variables are created in Kotlin, how this thing, that syntax, everything is done. You can test everything in the Kotlin playground. And apart from that, the second way is obviously IDE. So any IDE which supports Java, on which you can write Java code, that will perfectly work fine for Kotlin as well. You can either use IntelliJ, you can go with Eclipse, any IDE for that matter you can use. Okay, yes, I mean, let me first help you take a tour of Kotlin playground, and after that we will do the IDE thing as well. So if you open up your favorite web browser and just type Kotlin playground, so the first link that you will get here, Kotlin playground, that is play.kotlinlang.org. This is the official link from the Kotlin language, the platform itself. And if you scroll down a bit, the second link that you see here is from Android. Why? Because I already told you that in 2017 Google I/O, Kotlin was announced as the official language for developing Android applications, right? So they also are popping up that try Kotlin and practice what you have learned so far. Type your code in the window below and click the button to run it. So we will first go with this one, the official Kotlin playground. So this is the interface. It's pretty simple, and UI UX is also quite appealing, right? So here different versions of Kotlin are available. You can see it is for JVM, for different things. You can try it out. So basically, let me explain you what is written over here. So fun is a keyword in Kotlin. Like in Java, you would have heard about the final keyword, right? So in the same way, fun is a keyword. To create functions in Kotlin, to create functions, we have this keyword fun, okay? And then main is the name of the function here. And here in the braces, we can pass parameters. Don't worry at all if at this point you are not understanding these words like functions, parameters, etc. So I'll explain it when we go back in iPad. So right now I'm giving you a tour of playground, the Kotlin playground, okay? Fun is a keyword, main is the name of the function. You can give it any name for that matter. And then this is the curly braces to pass the parameters, right? So meanwhile, in the comment section, do one thing. Let me know if you already know any other programming language. If you already are aware of any programming language, then it will be very easy for me to explain things. I mean, you already would be knowing what are functions and why do we pass parameters in function, etc. If you already know, then let me know in the comment section, okay? I'll read all the comments. So fun, the keyword, name of the function, and then we'll pass the parameters. This is the opening and the closing curly braces, okay? Basically, this is the body of the function. To write comment, you can just follow the old method, just 2 slashes, yeah. And this is the body of the function, and then I want to print hello world. So whenever we learn anything new, so the first thing that we do is hello world, be it if we are going to learn app development, so hello world application or hello world code in C++, Java. So in school days in 11th standard I learned C++. At that time also the first code that I wrote was hello world, right? And yeah, I mean, this is kind of the standard culture of the tech world. So print ln, with the help of this I'm telling it that okay, I want to print something, right? And then I am giving it the message that I want to print hello world. Okay, so if I run it, you will see a simple message here that is hello world. Okay, because obviously right now I just have this print ln line. So as you can see, it is showing you the message hello world. If I change it to, let's say, hello from scalar, and if I run it again, so it should now show hello from a scalar. So yes, this is the output message that you are able to see here. So you got a basic overview of the playground, right? So maybe in the other modules when I'll teach you everything, we'll start with variables, what are variables, what are functions, everything we'll discuss in detail in Kotlin, the syntax. Okay, so before that, let me also help you understand the IDE part as well, just in case you don't want to do stuff here on the Kotlin playground. Then you can also install any IDE. So let's say I want to install IntelliJ. So install IntelliJ. So basically I had IntelliJ installed already, but I uninstalled it to show it to you, I mean how you can go about it. Okay, so this is the official website from JetBrains. Installation guide is available here. Depending upon which operating system you are using, Windows, Mac, you can follow the instruction. Okay, for Windows, this is the set of instruction that you can follow. Right now I am on Mac, so I have the experience of using all the 3 operating systems, and yeah, like all have their own pros and cons. So since I am on Mac OS, so I will follow this instruction. So I will download the disk image from the toolbox. Alright, so I'll go here, and the DMG, this is available here. I'll just click on download. Thank you for downloading, and just click save. So it will do the download for me. And after that, one thing that you must have is install Java. So if I go and type here terminal, so if you open up your terminal and type Java version, so right now Java is installed in my machine, in my laptop. Java 19 is installed. So if it is not installed in your laptop, make sure you install Java as well. Okay, so install Java, just write this, and yeah man, after that you will get plenty of handy articles, blogs. So this is from java.com, how do I install Java. So you can follow either of this. Okay, if I click this one, so I mean for any installation, be it IntelliJ, be it Git, Java, anything, you will get a good number of resources available, because before you already thousands of developers have written code, right? Perfect. So this is the instruction to download Java for Windows, and like yeah, based on again which operating system you are using, you can install it. You can go ahead and read this documentation as well. They have explained it quite in detail with the screenshots, etc. Right, so right now I'm not on Windows, so I can't show you exactly how to go about installing on Windows, but obviously these tips are pretty much simple and easy to understand. Like on the IntelliJ, the official website itself, you will get all the details based on your operating system. Okay, so if I open it up, the file that I installed, so I just have to drag it into the applications folder, and after that I will search for IntelliJ. IntelliJ. Okay, let's maybe come in the launchpad, and here, okay, it installed the toolbox for me, the complete toolbox. Let's see. Okay, so right now I have a studio by this JetBrains, the toolbox install, right? I want to install the first one, that is IntelliJ IDEA. This is ultimate, right? If you scroll down, this community edition is something which we want. Okay, so IDE for Java and Kotlin enthusiasts, install. Okay, so it is downloading, it is installing IntelliJ for me. Okay, once the installation will be done, I'll open it up and write a short quick program in Kotlin to explain everything to you, so that everything is crisp and clear in your mind. Okay, so IntelliJ is now installed in my laptop, in my machine, and now I will try to create a new project, and I will write the code in Kotlin programming language and run it and show you the output. Okay, so I hope till now everything is clear. You got to know what is Kotlin Playground. It's super duper simple. I mean, the website is there, you just have to write your code, right? Quite easy. And after that, if you want to do the same thing in IDE, for that you can install any IDE. If you already are using any like Eclipse or anything, you can write your code there as well. And make sure you have Java installed in your laptop, in your system. For installing, let's say if you want to code on IntelliJ only, IntelliJ IDEA, make sure you download the community version only. All these tips are explained here in detail. Now I'm not sure which operating system you are using, so let's say if you are on Linux, you can download the Torpor, extract, and like everything, this is step by step, everything is written here. Here you have to download .exe, run the installer, and wizard would be there. You just have to follow the next steps kind of thing. So I hope this much part is clear, right? And you can do a standalone installation as well directly, like instead of the IntelliJ, the JetBrains, the toolbox. Like right now what I did, I installed the toolbox app, and from there I installed the IntelliJ community version. You can do direct installation as well of IntelliJ IDEA. You can just use these set of instruction, the bullet points which are written here, right? A lot many options are available here, right? Perfect. So after the installation, let's now click on new project, and here you can see, I mean, a lot many options are here, generators are available here. And before that, let me show you a brief of this as well. So here customization options are available. If you want to change the theme to light, dark, to anything, you can do that. For now I prefer this. And this is the font size, like the size of the code which you will be writing. Plugins are here. You can install plugin based on your needs. And then this is learn section. You can learn to program, you can start and blah blah. A lot many options are here, tip of the day, etc. So for now, let's click on new project. Okay, I will name it Hello Kotlin project. This is the location. Wherever you want to save your project, you can do that, right? And this is the JDK. So basically in my laptop, I showed you earlier as well, when I write Java version in the terminal, Java 19 is installed, so it picked up the same JDK. You can add JDK as well, you can download JDK as well, you can do multiple stuff here. And yes, then Android, ID plugin, Kotlin multi-platform, a lot many options are available for you here, right? You can go ahead with this as well. For now, I want to keep it simple. Okay, they are expecting. So if you see here, it is expecting some like Maven archetype, etc. That is because we selected here the generator Maven, right? For now, we don't want to go ahead with any generator. We just want a simple new project in Kotlin. So I just have to go here in new project, and here I will write Kotlin, hello Kotlin, or anything. You can give it the name test as well, because it is your maybe the first program written in Kotlin, right? So hello Kotlin, this is the name of the project, and after that this is the location. You can change it based on your requirement. Language, I want to write code in Kotlin this time. Build system, and JDK is 19. If you haven't yet installed Java, you can do it directly from here as well. Download JDK and it will do it for you. And it's up to you if you want to add sample code or not. For now I will. And let's go ahead and click on create. So this will create a sample project for me, a sample Kotlin project, in which some sort of sample code will be present, because I clicked yes in that option, right? So if I maximize this, they are telling me what's new in IntelliJ. For now I'm not interested in that. So this is your project, right? This is your simple Kotlin code. So you saw the similar thing here in Kotlin Playground as well, and you are doing the same stuff here in IntelliJ. Till now, if you have faced any issue, any bug in installing, in downloading the IDE, or while creating the project, let me know in the comment section. I'll help you in resolving the issue. Okay, so here if you see, there are multiple options available on the, just notice the cursor of my mouse. So here you can see hello Kotlin, the directory is there. Inside that you have multiple folders. .idea folder is there. For now that is of no use for us. This one, the src folder, is very important for us. Okay, inside this you have main and then Kotlin folder. Inside Kotlin folder we will be creating all our new files. Okay, new files. For now only one file is there, main.kt. Okay, so yes, you have mainly these options here inside hello Kotlin, src, and then main. This is the most important one. Okay, main.kt is there. So fun again is the keyword, main is the name of the function, and then we are passing some argument here, argument or parameter here, and that is name of the parameter is args, and that is of this type. Okay, I'll simplify it, don't worry at all. Then this is println, to print something. Try adding program arguments via so for now I'm removing this, and this is your hello world code. Now if you want to run it, you can see here multiple options are available. This is the run button, run main.kt. If I click on it, so you can see here, let's click on cross. So here it is trying to build something, and this is your output. This is your simple crisp output. Okay, so if I write here, maybe if you want to create, let's say, another function, you can do it fun test. You can pass parameters and body, and like that you can go about it, right? And I can just call this function here, like main is the driver function. So whenever I click on run no, so the compiler that searches for this method, the main method, the main function, so it will line by line go and execute everything. So as soon as I click on the run button, the compiler will check for, hey, where is the main function? Main function, here it is, here at line number 1. So it will execute the line number 2, that is it will print hello world, and after that I'm calling the test function, right? So it will call the test function. I will say learning is fun and rewarding. I mean, when we learn something new, then only we get results out of it, right? We get some good projects, internships, jobs, scholarships, and so on. So again, I will click on run, and yes, so you can see hello world. It executed the second line, and after that it called the test function here, and it executed line number 7, that is learning is fun and rewarding. Process finished with exit code 0. That's it. I mean, you got a basic idea of how to run the Kotlin code in Kotlin Playground, as well as in an IDE as well. So simple, no? If you are facing any issues, once again I'm saying, just pause the video, go ahead and write down in the comment section what is the issue you are facing, and we are here for your help. Okay, awesome. So now let's move ahead, and what I will do is I'll do this screencast again and try to explain you even more significant, even more advanced concepts around Kotlin. Okay, so let me do this screencast. So we have got the idea of what is Kotlin Playground. IDE also we are aware. So development environment, for development, as I told you, Java is needed and any IDE. So we installed IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition, right? Perfect. So you would be thinking, why is Java needed if we are writing the code in Kotlin, right? So if you are maybe a non-technical person, or maybe from the tech domain only, and you are for the first time learning Kotlin, I can understand you, I can feel you. You'd be like, hey Soumya, like we are going to learn Kotlin, we are going to write code in Kotlin, then why are you asking us to install Java? Because Kotlin is a JVM language. Now this is going to be very interesting for you to understand. I mean, if you're going any interview, etc., also this is very important concept. So listen to me very carefully now. So this is kind of usual process. If we write code in kotlin.kt and if you compile it, it is converted into bytecode. It is converted into bytecode. And same thing happens with Java. If you write code in Java and if you compile it, it is converted into bytecode. Okay, it is converted into bytecode. And after that, if you run it, like JVM can run it and so on. The kind of the process is very much similar to how we do in Java. Basically JDK is Java Development Kit, and JDK is a mix of, it is a combination of JVM and other libraries, etc. This is just for your theory knowledge, don't get confused too much. I'm just going to explain why we install Java, I mean why we install JDK. Okay, it is short answer, long story short is because Kotlin is a JVM language. Now let me help you understand what is a JVM language and why is Kotlin a JVM language. Okay, so what is a JVM language? Java Virtual Machine is a virtual machine which enables a computer to run Java program as well as other programs written in any other language which can compile to bytecode. Okay, which can compile to bytecode. So basically JVM is a machine which run any program. JVM is a machine which can run any program, that is compiled into bytecode. So we just got to know that Kotlin code can be compiled into bytecode, right? So JVM is that machine which run any program which can be compiled into bytecode. So obviously indirectly it means JVM can run Kotlin code as well. If you save any file in Kotlin language, if you write code in Kotlin and if you compile it, so it will be converted into bytecode. And JVM is one such machine which can run all such programs which are present in bytecode. So Kotlin also when compiled is converted into bytecode, and Java as well when compiled is converted into bytecode. So Java and Kotlin, both of these can be converted into bytecode, and JVM just need bytecode to run the program. That's it. I mean, a JVM compatible language is a programming language that can execute perfectly on JVM, or indirectly you can say which can be compiled into bytecode. So JVM language is any language which can be compiled into bytecode, and we know that Kotlin can be compiled into bytecode, and therefore Kotlin is a JVM language. It's so simple and so easy. Okay, JVM can run anything which can be converted into bytecode, and Kotlin can be compiled into bytecode. Perfect. So here are these steps which I already did. This is a kind of summary for you if you are facing any issue in installing, etc. So the step 1 is you have to install Java. Java 8 is not mandatory, but like yes, kind of minimum you should have is this. And then IDE installation is step number 2. You can install any IDE. I mean, this is not only these three, any IDE. Okay, if you already are using any IDE, you can check that as well. This is a bit of theory here. You can just take a screenshot of this. We wrote the hello world program, right? We wrote the hello world program. Let me explain you what that was. So fun, I already told you, this is a keyword. This is the name of the function, and then inside parameters we can pass, inside the braces we can pass some parameters, right? We can pass parameters. This is name of the parameter, and after the colon, this is the type. This is the type of parameter. Then inside curly braces you have the body of the function, inside which you can write anything, whatever you want it to do. So main is the entry point. Main is the entry point of any program written in Kotlin. Okay, JVM looks for this method, the main method, while running your program. I already explained this to you, that main is the driver function. Okay, I mean, whenever you will compile it, the JVM will look for main method, then it will line by line execute everything. Perfect. So now let's talk about variables. How can you create variables in Kotlin? So let's say, let me give you a simple example. We recently did a shifting, right? And the company which we had, Agrawal Packers and Mover, what they did is they kind of created boxes, and they wrote some stuff on that, like kitchen, study, books, something like that. So kind of some data was present in the box, and they gave a name to that. Let's say 5 is present or some stuff is present, and if I call it with the name of a score, so kind of this is the purpose of variable. I mean, to hold data. I mean, some data is present in this box. How will I know that? I mean, how will I call them? So I have to give them some name. I can call them A, B, C, D, like you have a name, right? Soumya, Rahul, Akanksha, Kritika, so many names are there, right? Everyone is known by their unique name. So in the same way, to store data, we have variables. Okay, simple box that holds the data. Each variable has a name to access the data. Now the question is, can it be reassigned or not? So here is the real thing. In Kotlin we have two things, var and val, to create variables. Okay, let's say I want to create a variable name and give it the name scalar. Okay, give it the name scalar. So name is a variable and the data is a scalar, right? I can also create variable marks. Okay, let's say this is your marks in mathematics out of 100. I'm giving you 99. Okay, so variable and value, right? This is the data. This is basically your data, and to access this data, to access your name, I'm creating a variable. Okay, this is your variable. To access, I'm giving it a name, like to the boxes I am giving names, right? In the same way, to access some sort of data, I'm creating names. So there are two things, as I told you, var and val in Kotlin. So if you create a variable using the keyword val, so it will be kind of constant. You won't be able to reassign it. You won't be able to give any new name. Let's say if I write val name is equal to scalar, right? Scalar. So I can't do like name is equal to scalar academy. Why? Because val is constant. I mean, if you are creating something using val, that means in the entire project, the data, the value of this variable will not change. If you want to make it changeable, then var name is equal to scalar, and then maybe later in the project you can name it scalar academy, something like that, right? Perfect. So var and val, that is a very important concept in Kotlin. Let me quickly show you with the help of code as well. So let's say if I am writing here, let's remove these extra functions for now. I'm removing it. Yeah, so let's say I want to create a variable name, and I want to give it name scalar. Okay, I want to print the value of this, print name. Okay, print name. That's it. So as of now, if I, let's say, give it the name scalar, it will print scalar, very obvious, right? If I want to change the name later to maybe Scalar Academy, I can do that very easily here. Now if I run it, you will see here, I will see Scalar Academy, right? If I change it to val, it will throw error. What it is saying? It is saying that val cannot be reassigned. This is what I just told you, that val cannot be reassigned. If you are creating a variable using a val keyword, you cannot change its value in the project. If you are creating a variable using var keyword, you can change the value anytime. I mean, right now you named it name Scalar Academy. You can again change it to maybe Kotlin from Scalar, learning Kotlin from Scalar. Okay, learning Kotlin from Scalar, and if you run it, you will see that only. So learning Kotlin from Scalar. So as simple as it looks. And now let's get back and see some more advanced concepts here. Basically, these are not advanced, these are fundamentals. I mean, how to create variables. Talking about data types. Now there are types of data. Right now what I did, I created name variable and gave it the value Scalar Academy, right? That was of type string. If I want to store marks, if I want to store my marks, let's say in physics 97, so this is of type integer, right? So these are the data types in Kotlin: integer, floating point, boolean, character. If you just want true or false, boolean is there for integers, short, int, long, byte, float, double, floating point, and then in character char, string, right? These are the data types. And these are some quick facts about Kotlin. Let's quickly check it. So once we will go on and on, create more and more projects or files in Kotlin, we will write more code in Kotlin, you will understand these data types in detail. Let me show you one more thing. Like there are two things basically that you can do in Kotlin. You can specifically tell it the type as well. You can tell it that, hey, you are of type string. You are of type string. Even if you don't tell it, it is smart enough. If you are writing something in double quotes, then obviously it's obvious that, okay, you are giving value of type string, right? Let's say I want to create here marks variable. So I can either explicitly tell it that, hey, you will be of type int, and then give it a value 98 and then maybe print it. Okay, so here I am explicitly telling it that you are of type int. If you won't do it, it will automatically understand that, okay, this is of type integer. If I do 98.0 decimal, right, so this is floating value, right, floating point, double, float, etc. So yes, let's get back. You will understand more about data types as we write more projects and files, okay, in Kotlin. So Kotlin does not need a semicolon to end statements. You would have noticed by now. It is null safe. So I'll show you some real example that will help you understand better how it is null safe. So in Java, if you have the experience of writing code, if we call something which has null value, like let's say if I'm calling test dot object or something like that, and if something is null here and there, it will throw null pointer exception, right, and that will crash your application. So it is null safe, and it has no primitives, no properties, fields. You can take a screenshot of this and you can study the quick facts about Kotlin from here. These are kind of theoretical stuff, and yes, as of now, till now, you have created your Hello World project in Kotlin. You have compiled your first project. You know what is JVM language, you know the basics of it, how to create variables in Kotlin, var, val, the keywords, right? If we talk about operators in Kotlin, there are three types of operators in Kotlin: arithmetic operators, relational operator, and increment and decrement operator. So talking about arithmetic, you have mathematical, modulus. Like modulus is for quotient. Like let's say if we are doing 13 modulus 2, right? So 13 divided by 2 is 2, 6, 12, 1. So 1 is the modulus here, remainder. Okay, remainder. So yes, I mean arithmetic operators, very much simple. I'll show you by writing the code. Then there are relational operators, greater than, less than, etc. And there are pre and post increment operators as well. So let me show you the concept of operators by writing code. Okay, so let's jump into the IDE now. IDE. So let me remove all this piece of code and show you like how we can deal with operators in Kotlin. Okay, so let's say I have a variable a, it has value 10, variable b, it has value 5. Okay, so I can do multiple operations here, like a plus b, whoops, inside this a plus b, or you can do println a minus b. Okay, a minus b, and the same way you can keep on writing, like you can write other operators as well. You can try multiplication, division, everything. A into b, multiplication, right? Println a divided by b, a divided by b, and if we run it, so it should show us the value of all these. You can see 10 plus 5 is 15, it is showing us 15. Then 10 minus 5 is 5, then 50, and division 10 by 5 is 2. You can also print here a modulus 5, that will, a modulus b, sorry, that will give you the value of the remainder, right? You can see here it is 0 because 10 divided by 5, 0 is the remainder, right? Perfect. And yes, that way you can try out other operators as well. These were arithmetical operators. Relational operators are also kind of same. Let's say you want to check if a is greater than b or not, right? They are telling that this is obviously like true because 10 is greater than 5. So let's check what it prints here. So it is printing true, right? You can in the same way test out other relations as well, like is a less than b. So it is obviously always false because 10 is not less than 5, right? So in this way, I mean multiple relation operators are there. You can check if this is equal, a is equal to b or not. That way you can check out other operators as well. Relational operators, so these were arithmetical operators, these are relational operators, right? And now let me show you the magic of increment and decrement operator, right? So if I do a plus plus, this will do exactly what a is equal to a plus 1 will do. So basically a plus plus or maybe a minus minus, these are increment and decrement operators. Okay, and here as well you have two things, post increment. Okay, let me explain you here. So pre increment, pre and post. Okay, let's first understand what is pre. Pre means before, right? So if you write plus plus a, so what it will do is println, let's say println and plus plus a. Okay, whoops, plus plus a. So here as soon as you write plus plus a, it will quickly increase the value of a. It will print 11 here. Okay, it will print 11. Let's run and check. So it printed 11, right? If you write plus plus after a, that is your post increment. Let's write it here only. This is your pre increment. Okay, whoops. This is pre, this is coming before the variable name, right? If I write plus plus after the name of the variable, so what it will do, as of now it will remain same, I mean a plus plus. So at this point it will show me the exact value of a, and if I print it later, then it will tell me that hey, the value is now 11. I mean it will increment the value but after some time, right? Println, so see here it printed 10 and then 11. Okay, and once again if I do here plus 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 a, so it will at that point only immediately it will increase the value. Here also it will print 11 and here as well it will print 11. Right now it is 10 and 11, you can see, right? 10 and 11. If I run it again, so it will tell me 11 and 11. Okay, so basically that is the power of pre and post. Okay, and plus plus means it will increase the value by 1 and minus minus means it will decrease the value by 1. Very simple and straightforward, nothing nothing confusing here. Let me know in the comment section if all the pointers still here are clear. Variables, you now know how to create. Var a is equal to this, right? Val also you can use if you want the value of b to not change in the project, you can call it val. That's it. And then we talked about 3 types of operators as well: arithmetic operator, relational, and these are pre and post increment and decrement operators, right? So yes, I mean, I hope by now you have got a basic idea of Kotlin. We talked about the basic stuff, and in the coming modules we'll deep dive into more advanced concepts. Okay, I hope this module was helpful for you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to Scalar's YouTube channel for more such insightful content.